This meeting is being recorded.
Hello and welcome to the City of Fort Wayne's 2022 Annual Action Plan. My name is Jim Atz. I work for the City of Fort Wayne's Office of Housing and Neighborhood Services, and I'm going to present our 2022 Annual Action Plan as it will be submitted to HUD later next month. So here we go. At OH&S, our mission is to make Fort Wayne the most livable city in the nation by working with community partners to build strong neighborhoods and improve quality of life through strategic investment of public resources. So there's the mission and we stick to it. Okay, the City of Fort Wayne is an entitlement community, meaning that the City of Fort Wayne, there's a formula out there at HUD. So when HUD gets their budget, they toss all the numbers into a formula and out comes the allocation amounts for entitlement communities. So as you'll see on the screen, this is the City of Fort Wayne's entitlement amount. Home funding is going to be about $1.2 million. CDBG, a little over $2 million. And ESG is around $173,000. So we're excited about those funding amounts. The 2022 action plan is part of a 2021 through 2025 consolidated plan. So a year ago in our big planning process, we had identified some crucial needs in our community through consultation with experts and feedback from the population in general. So here are some of the identified needs that were identified. Inadequate supply of quality, affordable housing. I think that was, everyone's experiencing that these days. Lack of housing and services for homeless and at risk of homelessness. We're always looking to address that issue, yes. Lack of housing and services for people with special needs. Lack of essential services. Housing instability and need for enhanced neighborhood amenities. Those are the big 6 identified needs, a lot of which focus on housing that came out of our rigorous planning process. So with all those identified needs, we came up with 4 big goals here. Goal number 1, increase and preserve affordable housing. Goal number 2, strengthen people and families. Goal number 3, enriching neighborhoods. And goal number 4, administration and other planning efforts. Those are our big goals for the next 5 years. Let's dive into goal number 1 here. Increase and preserve affordable housing. You can see an amazing house there. It's one of our older housing stock in the city here. Love it. It looks great. So in our 2022 program year, we have a goal of assisting 35 homeowners with our homeowner repair program. So anyone who's familiar with our homeowner repair programs over the last few years, we've really dialed in roof replacement and HVAC replacement programs. So we years ago, through discussions with partners, we realized that low to moderate income folks have a hard time coming up with the large investment that's required to replace a roof or replace a furnace and air conditioner. So we've ran this program successfully over the last few years, and we will continue to do so. And in 2022, we're targeting 35 homeowners. Our Chodo project, we always have a Chodo set aside, and we're really shooting for a quality Chodo project, and those are our community housing development organizations. With the goal of our 2022 funding going to assist the construction of 2 new single-family homes. Down payment assistance program. We're always interested in more home ownership opportunities in our community. So we believe that our funding and programming will assist 2 new home buyers in our community. Really exciting. Affordable housing development. We think that some of our federal funding should result in at least 8 affordable units at some point in the future with our 2022 allocation. Goal number 2, strengthening people and families. So we think that we're going to be able to allocate $246,000 to CDBG public services. So currently we are in the process, and every year we have a competitive process to select it's a rigorous process to select quality programming to assist. So we had a notice of funding availability in the community, and we had lots of nonprofit partners submit funding requests to us, and those requests are currently being reviewed by a scoring committee to make recommendations to be sent to the mayor for his approval, and then on to HUD for their approval. But this funding opportunity targeted these populations: low to moderate income individuals, at-risk youth, homeless persons, and individuals with mental or physical disabilities. Our consultation and community outreach has told us that these are the priority needs that public services should try to address. Advocacy for those needing public services. There are lots of things that need to be maneuvered, from social service agencies to government assistance to mental health. Lots of need for advocacies to step in and help individuals who are in crisis maneuver through these systems of care. Child care. We know that affordable child care is always a high need for our priority. That continues. Transportation is one of the number one things we always hear. If you're going to work a second shift job and you don't have an automobile, you're going to have a tough time. If you need lots of running around the community to get to appointments and to get to work without your own vehicle, you're going to have a tough time. So transportation, public transportation is always an issue. Employment training and readiness. We love these programs because it's not just freshening up someone's resume. It's training. Getting the job is only half the battle. So we like to fund programs that not only get folks ready for employment, but also stick with them during those challenging times that can happen over the first year or two of employment. So I think everyone needs some training on how to maneuver through employment, how to work with your boss properly, and such things. So those are the programs we love. Infectious disease response. I think this speaks for itself in the current health crisis. Barriers to independence. There could be lots of barriers, whether architectural, whether they're some other training, or whether there's other case management that could really go a long way to help folks become more and more independent. We love those programs. Health services. There are a lot of other health conditions that exist in the community other than COVID, so it's a need. Youth programming. We always love programming that can impact the youth in our community. The future of our community there. Additional investments in strengthening people and families. That $160,000 of ESG money, again, just like CDBG Public Services, is currently being reviewed because these were applications from nonprofits. We sent out that notice of funding availability to nonprofits requesting that they send us funding proposals that could fund shelter operations, rapid rehousing programs, homelessness prevention programs, and street outreach. This pot of money here directly assists families and folks who are currently experiencing homelessness or on the verge of experiencing homelessness. So we're used to funding projects that meet people in the streets where they're at to try to see what kind of case management could assist them, moving folks out of shelters into housing, directly assisting shelters and allowing them to expand their programming and services, and again, getting those folks who maybe have an eviction notice in hand, keeping them housed, because that's the best way to prevent homelessness. Goal number 3, enriching neighborhoods. Here is, we always like to put a picture of our Johnny May farm in here. We're really proud of that farm and all the accomplishments that go on out there. So in 2022, we will continue to support the Johnny May farm and all the programming, the cooking classes, the farmers market, just the enrichment of the neighborhood around it. We're going to continue to support that. We are also excited about identifying some additional neighborhood projects in the 2022 program year that we think are going to help lots of folks and really enrich those neighborhoods. Goal number 4, administration, and we could call it administration and planning. What a great photo of the Coliseum there. We are excited that once again, we will have a fair housing summit in 2022 that will most likely be held at the Coliseum. There's been some great shows in the past here, but Fair Housing Summit, let's talk about the topics and issues surrounding what's preventing folks from living where they want to live in the community, and some of the barriers that folks have faced and continue to do face based on either for lots of reasons. Analysis of impediments to fair housing. Again, here's another fair housing study that we will undertake. What's preventing people from living in where they want to live in our community? What are some of the demographics currently of the city? What are some proposals to try to increase fair housing in our community? So we're excited about the outcome of that planning document. So with that being said, that brings us to the conclusion of our 2022 annual action plan meeting. Here is our website, www.fwcommunitydevelopment.org/housing. A good way to get a hold of OH&S, the department I work in, is 311. And with that being said, thank you for attending.